Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the second time we're doing this level 10 links EZA Fizz final caller video, not final korma. Maybe it's because I'm hungry. A korma wouldn't go amiss right now. But yeah, this is the second time we're taking him in, and we're going to be trying him with level 10 links because of a little mishap from yesterday when I did this, even though I think I uploaded it today. But regardless, I recorded it yesterday. As you can see there, the level 10 links. We're going to go into not the GT Goku event. We're meant to go into the older Goku event, which I'll quickly do now. But while we're doing that, it quickly explains what happened. So basically, the usual, took him into, I was going to take him into a Dokkan event. Couldn't basically beat the Dokkan event too quickly in order to kind of really show him off. Because of course, Cooler's passive, you get attack and defense plus 8% every time he attacks, which is fantastic. Built-in additionals as well, which means it goes up quicker if they come off. Also additionals from the dupe system, again, if they come off. So I went into the Goku event, this Goku event, and essentially done what I needed to do. The only thing is I forgot that the Strength Transforming Dokkan Fest Cooler supports transformation boost categories prior to him transforming. And then of course, if there's 2 or more enemies, then he also supports Terrifying Conquerors, of course, his own category. I completely forgot that he supports that in general he just supports prior to transforming, whereas if you transform him he actually loses the support. So I completely forgot that, which is my bad. Again, it is my bad because I could have looked at any time, you know, what units do what. Just with the amount of years, what I put it down to is, it's not an excuse, it's just with the amount of years I've played Dokkan and that, just kind of remembering what units do here and there. It doesn't suffice, but it's like one of those things where I'm like, okay, you know, this Cooler does this and this, he should be fine, links perfect, like literally links near and I perfectly with this Cooler, will be good. And I just forgot he supported and I just didn't check, so that is my bad. Although I don't think it's that deep, which I don't think it is, but still, it kind of means stuff in the video was kind of wrong and is a bit off. So with the attack and defense plus 30% that this Cooler is giving Fizz Cooler, we're up to a 405k attack stat turn 1, 181k defense, as you can see there. So if Cooler wasn't on rotation right now with the EZA final form Cooler, you're probably looking at what, 300 and probably like a 340k attack stat, maybe a little bit less, like 150k give or take below defense turn 1 without the support. And like, instead of 4 million attack stat, you're probably looking at, I don't know, maybe like 3.5 million attack stat, which without the support is still very good. And we've just attacked twice there, so we're up to 3. We super attacks. We've got the additional base super, not base super. We've got the additional, we've got the basic additional, and then we've got the additional super. So we've already attacked 3 times. So yeah, it was essentially a little bit a misinterpretation. So what we're going to do is we're going to transform one Cooler, because the Dokkan Fest transforming strength Cooler links pretty much perfectly with the EZA Fizz final form Cooler. I think the only link they don't share is Shocking Speed, which when Shocking Speed is level 10 only gives defense plus 5%, which isn't the biggest boost and isn't really why we're here, so it doesn't really matter that we're not really getting that off. So now we're going to rotate that one off and then get the other one off rotation and leave him untransformed. So then by the time Cooler is fully built up, we can see what he can do with his with the extra attack and defense plus 30% from the strength Cooler given transformation boost allies. I think it's key plus 2 and attack and defense plus 30%. So yeah, overall, I mean, to me, it's not that deep anyway, considering most of the categories, it's not even most, literally every single category the EZA Fizz final form Cooler can go on, the Dokkan Fest transforming strength Cooler goes on all the exact same categories. So 9 times out of 10, why you don't actually have to run him with the strength Dokkan Fest Cooler, he's still very good. So you probably would run him with the Dokkan Fest and the EZA one together on one rotation. So I don't think it's that deep that I kind of forgot he supported, because I said you'll probably run them together regardless, even though you don't actually have to, but you probably would. I would as well. So personally, I don't think it's overly that deep, but I'm gonna fix my mistake regardless. So We actually have all of our links off. So all of our links off, I think we've attacked 4 times. Yeah, we had the super attack, we had the additional, and then we had the additional super, and then we super attacked once and then moved on to this phase, which means we've attacked 4 times. So 4 times we've attacked, no support, 442k attack stat, 205k defense from 4 attacks. We still need to do 6 more. And we're already on over 400k. So yeah, again, even without the support that Cooler is giving, the Strength Dokkan Fest Cooler, you're still looking at just over a 300k attack stat and like just over 100k defense, which again, for turn 1 with no support is still a very good starting point, considering this Cooler builds up to an extra attack and defense plus 80% on top of the attack and defense plus 120% he already gets in his passive. So I mean, regardless, he's still putting out big numbers. Regardless of him having no support, he's still putting out big numbers, and he's still starting on big numbers. When you think about the type of attack stat and defense stats that 2021 Dokkan Fest units are putting out, and then the type of damage output they have on Super, Cooler is up there. Cooler, EZA Fizz Cooler has definitely got to be one of the best EZA 120 leads there is. And with level 10 links, he's even more up there. The only thing is I haven't used any of the other 120 leads, like the S2 SSJ4s, you know, level 10 links to really sit there and go, yeah, he's probably better than them or on par with them. So I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, he's better than these ones, these are better than him, because as I said, I haven't used the other ones at level 10 links, so it's probably unfair to say. But still, he is up there as one of the best, easily. So as you can see here, there's no support. The only difference is now that he's transformed, he's now going to start doing ridiculous amounts of damage because he gets crits and etc. with hybrid and pure Saiyan enemies. We're on a 442k attack stat, 198k defense. We have every link apart from Shocking Speed active, which again only gives us key plus 2 and an extra 5% defense. So I don't really mind not getting that off. Right now, they literally share every important link, and we're good to go. We're good to go. They're pretty much set. So we're on a 4.3 million attack stat, and he's still not fully built up, and he's hitting 3.2 million crits like it's nothing. The fact he has built-in additional, it only has a 30% chance, mind you, that it can become a super attack. But the fact he has a built-in additional really helps build him up, especially on his passive, and having him rainbowed, I mean, obviously it's just even better, because then, you know, you're getting the additions off quicker, especially in harder events, or even longer events like Goku event, GT Goku event. You know, you can build him up a bit quicker, have him fully built up like as soon as possible, especially if RNG is on your side. And I mean, if you go back and watch, I'm pretty sure it's my EZA Cooler versus the GT Goku event video, and you skip to when he faces full power SSJ4 Goku. I don't remember the numbers exact. All I know is when he's fully built up, even without level 10 links, his attack and defense are amazing. The damage output is ridiculous. You know, if you're hitting crits off, you're still hitting ridiculous amounts of damage regardless, even though he doesn't have level 10 links. So if you go back and look at that video, I'll pin it down in the comments if you want to do so. Even then, without level 10 links, he's taken double digits on basic attacks, and are probably about 100. I can't remember if he took a super, but with his defense, you're probably looking at about maybe just over 100k, give or take, which is very good when you consider how hard that phase of the GT Goku event hits. So he's now on 471k attack stat, 211k defense. Again, without support. Without support. As I said, without level 10 links, this Cooler is insane. With level 10 links, I don't understand how he becomes so much better, because he's already ridiculous. 4.8 million attack stat. If he gets an additional, that means we've got another attack done, which he does. Can he get another one? He got another one. 5.2 million. No support. Again, I know I'm doing this again, so I've already seen it. Of course, the numbers will be a little bit different here and there, because again, I kind of messed up with the whole, you know, this Cooler supports prior to transforming and stuff like that, which is my bad. But again, I don't think it's that deep, because they literally share all the same categories. So again, why you don't actually have to run this EZA Fizz Cooler with the Strength Dokkan Fest counterpart You probably will, because they share movie bosses. I mean, as I said, they share all the same categories, and they are great additions on every team they go on. Movie bosses, transformation boost. I mean, the strength caller literally is the leader and supports that one if you don't transform him. Wicked Bloodline, Terrifying Conquerors, which is probably the most synergistic teams in the entirety of the game, because all of the units are primarily Cooler and Freezer units, and they all share the same links, like Strongest Clan in Space, Burst for Conquest. A lot of them have big bad bosses, which at level 10 links is probably one of the best links in the game, given attack and defense plus 25%. Universe's Most Malevolent, which gives attack plus 20% at level 10. Even at level 1 gives 15%, which is still very good. Metamorphosis here and there, but that link's okay, unless you get it to level 10, which recovers 5% HP, but then gets the attack and defense plus 10%, which isn't a lot compared to the other links, but it still is very useful to have the extra attack and defense plus 10%. You know, can't remember what shop it is. It's either Tesco or Asda, but every little helps, you know. And then Fierce Battle, of course, which a lot of the, you know, the big units have in the game. Attack plus 15% at level 1. At level 10, you get attack plus 20%, which no wonder Cooler's doing ridiculous amounts of damage, right? So we're up to a 557k attack stat, 249k defense. Again, we're going to hit a Dokkan attack, which means we can't actually see what he's sitting on unless he gets an additional in terms of damage output. But this Dokkan attack is going to hit for a lot. And we're already taking basics, but this Dokkan attack is going to hit for a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, bang, Dokkan Pro. So yeah, as I said, it's not that deep, but I don't want to be putting out like misinformation in videos, and when I do things, I've got to do them properly. It's like my mishap with the EZA free-to-play UI Goku, the Fizz one that supports Universe Survival Saga. I got that completely wrong, and Jesus Christ. 5.7 we're up to. I literally got part of his passive wrong, so I literally recorded 4 videos back in like the year 6 anniversary. So when I do things, I got to do them properly. As I said, I don't think it's that deep, because you would probably run both the EZA Fizz Caller with the transforming strength one anyway, and especially because they go on every single same category. Again, we're not done there. As I said, Wicked Bloodline Terrifying Conqueror is one of the most synergistic teams in the entire game. In my opinion, probably one of the best teams in Dokkan. Like, easily one of the best teams in Dokkan, in my opinion. Because not only is it one of the most synergistic teams, which really helps, because you're never struggling for key, because they all share the same links, near and I, apart from like a few, like this caller has Shocking Speed, another unit might have Brutal Beatdown or something like that. But the majority of links at all level 10 give something beneficial. Like, they're all very good, like attack and defense plus 15% on First Conquest. As I said, Big Bad Boss is one of the best level 10 links in the entire game. Attack and defense plus 25%. Universe's Most Malevolent, attack plus 20%. Fierce Battle, attack plus 20%. You know, Strongest Clan in Space, they share a lot of this. All enemies, defense minus 10%, which can be useful in harder events. And then key plus 2, which is neither here nor there. But yeah, and they have great units. You know, you've got the LR full power freezer that goes on that team, which in Goku event, GT Goku event, just decimates because of the crits and the amount of damage he does against superclass enemies. You have the Angel transforming Fizz Freezer, the one that transforms into Golden Freezer. You also have the Int Freezer, who's very good for harder events with his damage reduction. You have both the first form, or not first form, but both the coolers that stack defense. One of them's the AJ or EZA one, the other one's the Tech one. There's some good units on these teams. So again, no support, 614k attack stat, 275k defense. I think he's pretty much almost fully built up now, or he is. I kind of lost count, I'll be honest, but he should be like near enough fully built up. 6 million attack stat, no support, dodge, that's fine. 6.3 million attack stat. If he gets another additional super attack, we'll definitely find out. Yeah, he got an additional basic, but I think he's probably fully built up by now. Which, over a 6 million attack stat with no support, that is literally LR level of damage output. That is literally LR-esque in terms of super attack stat or super attack damage output. That is LR level. And Cooler hits it just by fully being built up. Which means for Goku event, GT Goku event, you know, being the longer, harder event it is, you know, you're kind of, it's easier to build them up there. Even in ESBR, while, you know, units that stack and need to build themselves up aren't great there, or some of them, it's not that they're not great, it's just it's not ideal circumstances or conditions. Cooler in that event will still be ridiculous. Like, even with, we're just going to do this just because we're pretty much almost done. We just need to show him with the other cooler on support, or supporting him on the rotation. But I'm pretty sure back when Cooler got his EZA on Global, I used him in the SBR and he was still fantastic. Like, yes, you need to build up his passive, but because he starts off, especially now with level 10 links, because he starts off so high in terms of like, or acceptable defense for ESBR and such high attack stat, you're pretty much good to go without even having him built up. Especially if you're running him again with his best friend, which is this cooler here. But then not only that, because he has the built-in additionals, and by now, because he's such an old unit, you probably have at least a dupe or two in him. You're then getting additionals off like twice or at least once in a turn. You're building up even quicker, and you don't even have to super to build that up. And then just for the little sprinkle on top that makes him like just a bit better for ESBR, he's lowering defense by 80% for 3 turns, which is huge for ESBR to do some extra damage to get through the phase quicker. So with the untransformed strength cooler on rotation, we're sitting on a 730k attack stat, 327k defense. It'd be kind of embarrassing if he isn't actually fully built up by now, but I think he is. If he gets an additional super, we'll definitely find out. So with the cooler on rotation, level 10 links, 7.2 million attack stat. If we now get an additional super, we'll find out. We get an additional basic, will we get another one? No. I'll get another super off with him just to be safe with the support. But as I said, he's literally on LR level in terms of damage output, which is insane. 7.2 million with the support. That is honestly crazy. It's ridiculous. 7.2 million. He's so good. As I said, one of the best 120 EZAs in the whole game. In terms of who's above him, who's below him, where he kind of ranks on the 120s, I'm not sure. As I said, I haven't used the other 120 EZAs with level 10 links. The main example being the SSJ4s. But either way, he is up there as one of the best. In terms of where he goes on that list, that would be entirely up to everyone in their opinion. But as I said, for me personally, I haven't used the other ones, so I couldn't rank them even if I wanted to. But Cooler is definitely up there with level 10 links. He is insane. He's so good. And then just kind of carry on with the whole category thing. He goes on so many good categories. And again, even though you don't have to run him with the Strength Dokkan Fest cooler, you can, because it's ideally his best linking partner. As I said, the only link they don't share is Shocking Speed, which is probably one of the... It's not a bad link, it's one of the worst links that he does have. So key +2 and defense +5%. So it's not even that deep to not get it off. But final trump card, when you think about the units that go on that team, you could literally just have one rotation of both coolers on there and they'll be fine. Space Traveling Warriors, Planetary Destruction, they're all such great categories, and you can run him on every single one with, or ideally, no, without or ideally with the Strength Dokkan Fest transforming cooler. So guys, that is the EZA Fizz final form cooler with level 10 links. Apologies for quickly disappearing, I had to quickly go do something, but I did check for an extra rotation. He was fully built up by the time we put the non-transformed strength cooler on rotation and gave him the support. Still, what, just over 7 million attack stat with support. Apologies again for like getting it slightly wrong. I mean, I don't think it's that deep, as I said, because you'll run them both together regardless, but even though I got things a little bit wrong, a slight misinterpretation of what he can do, he's still insane. He's still insane with level 10 links, and he's still ridiculous without level 10 links. His damage output is even though I got it a bit wrong and I had him with both non-transformed coolers, or like essentially 2 supports on 1 rotation, which took him up to an 8 million attack stat, which, to be fair, isn't really accommodating for him. You could actually get that off. Because if you run, for example, like we did, Terrifying Conqueror's team, and you had both coolers untransformed, and you had both of them on rotation with this cooler at once, he would be up to, but I think just over an 8 million attack stat. So it's not actually that wrong. It's just, you know, I got things a little bit wrong in terms of what the units will do. But it's not even like you would accommodate. to get him up to a ridiculous attack stat like that. So if you did have both coolers untransformed on rotation with the EZA final form cooler, he would actually be on just over 8 million attack stacks. I remember what it was from yesterday. But even without it, you know, he's still, as I said, his damage output is still ridiculous. Still got great defense once he's fully built up. Amazing for Goku event. Still really good for ESBR, especially with the built-in additionals and because he starts off at such a good starting point anyway after his EZA. So in no time he'll get fully built up. But ideally, for the Goku event, he's amazing for it. And again, still very good for ESBR. He's insane. He's insane. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Again, apologies for getting it wrong, but we've fixed it now. I'll see you in the next video, guys, and peace.